Nutnfancy project, another 22 lever action rifle review. I bet some of you thought you'd never see the day. I bet you. And no, it's not that gun. That's a Winchester 94-22. I just finished that review. And it is, and always will be, my reference standard for quality, for accuracy, for reliability, of basically what I think a 22 lever action rifle can be, should be, proven, time proven in this platform. The very awesome, prettiest girl in the school. I know, that's my analogy. Winchester 94-22. So we talked about that in that video, and I did toy with the idea of rolling these two guns together, but no, they each deserve their own video, and that's what I'm doing. We're going to talk about this one. The Henry 22 lever action rifle. Thanks for joining me. Nutnfancy project, year 7. Sub now if you haven't. Come on now. Support the work, the expense. Help me. Brother needs help. Alright, I'm going to start off by saying this. Do you guys trust me? You should if you're watching my videos. You should know that I shoot straight with my audience, with the world. I don't care who's watching. Manufacturers, whatever. I just shoot straight. Well, sometimes I don't shoot straight when we're talking about actual shooting. But I give you the truth. I'm going to do that in this video as well, and I will have some negative things to say about the Henry 22 lever action. I have to represent it because it had some serious reliability problems to the point where I could hardly get through the testing on this gun in about 5 different outings. I know. Now, let me forestall things. I know how people think on the internet. What they're going to say, dude, I have a Henry 22 lever action, it's 100%. Again, let me repeat that because some people don't watch the videos before they comment. They just start saying stupid crap in the videos or in the comments. I know there's a lot out there that are 100% reliable. And I did not send this back to Henry Arms. Well, Nutnfancy, how come? Well, here's how come. I don't have the time. It is a rifle. It's expensive to do it. We don't have the money anymore to do that all the time. So with a large item like this, it's just going to roll out the way it rolls out. I'm pretty sure that had I done it, Henry would have fixed it to be 100%. And I will represent that in the video, that you can fix it to be 100% reliable. And I might say, we're already talking about it. Let's just do it now. Reliability sucked. Really bad with this gun. It looks like this gun, doesn't it? The 94-22. It has those classic Western lines. To a lot of people who go into the gun store, if you were to have these two guns standing side by side, they really wouldn't know the difference. They'd go, why? And let's just pretend the Winchester 94-22 is still being made. They'd go, why is this one, let's say $750, and this one's, you know, $300, $290. I'm buying that one. I'm going to show you why in this video. Things are more affordable for a reason. It's not just, hey, you know, abstract, we're going to just charge less for it. It doesn't work that way in business. But what you get is a look like a 94-22, but in my opinion, you don't get the performance. No way. No way. I got lots of data to share with you on that as well. And I might as well just jump into this right now. And we're talking about reliability. What happened is it would just jam constantly. No, it was not operator error. Always some fool rolls into the comments and goes, well, you're short stroking it. You don't know how to shoot a lever gun. Oh, really? Really? Go watch my videos about me shooting other 22 lever guns and see how fast and reliably those cycle with my operation. And you tell me I don't know how to shoot a lever gun. I do. Or a pump shotgun for that matter. Whatever. It's not your user error. It's a problem. And I'm not the only one who's had problems. I mean, I went jumping around the internet tonight saying, is anyone talking about the reliability problems with the Henry rifles? I found one dude. It was in a written review on an online retailer. He was complaining about it. He sent his back, got 100% reliable. Like I said, probably could be made so. Stovepipes, double feeds. I mean, so bad that we had to break out the Leatherman to try to get the cartridge out. It was just freaking ugly. Really, really bad. I think the issue stems with the internals on the Henry rifle. Whereas this gun in the background, the Winchester 94-22, uses a hot forged steel receiver, forged steel internals, breech bolt,
all the way back
bolt slide. This one does not. It looks to be an aluminum guide. I think I wrote down the part there on there. Whatever they call it. It's like the bullet guide or whatever. I'll annotate it if I find it. And I think this is where the problem occurs, because this is not smooth through here. And as the crew and I watched as this thing fed, and we had multiple problems with it, and yes, it was every shooter we had these problems, it seemed like it was just hanging up, that it would take a weird turn and just go all funky. And you cannot easily disassemble this rifle. In fact, if you go into the Henry instruction booklet, it recommends you don't. It's like, hey, you don't have to take the gun apart to clean it, but if you do, here's how you do it. You'd actually take the stock off, apparently. I think that's what it says. And then these 4 bolts, taking the basically receiver housing, which I think is aluminum or pot metal. It is definitely not steel. And it's painted, not blued. There's some of those cost savings, along with the internals. When you have a design like this, you kind of get what you pay for. I know yours is reliable, awesome, but there are some examples out here, obviously, like this one, that aren't. And they should be. I have shot lots of 94-22s over the years. I wouldn't say lots. Let's say 5, including the 2 we have. Never saw that, ever. Again, the 94-22 has controlled round feeding with a T-slot in the breech face of the bolt. This one doesn't. It's kind of like, you know, the round comes down from the magazine, it pops into position, and it's pushed into the chamber by the bolt. Lots of problems. You know what I'd like them to do? Is get rid, or at least offer, a full steel version of this gun. Go ahead and keep the alloy or pot metal receiver. That's fine. Most people probably don't care. I do. Most people don't. But make this forged steel inside and brag about it and charge more for it. Say we're going to call this, you know, the Henry Extreme or whatever. That it's total steel, forged steel inside, and if you can, duplicate controlled round feeding. Then you have a winner. Maybe not on terms of second kind of cool, you know, pride of ownership. I mean, I think a lot of people look at this gun and they'll go, oh, this is beautiful. I love it, love it, love it. I was spoiled with a 94-22. Let me say this, though. The wood is outstanding. It is walnut. It's not cut checkering like the 94-22. Let's remind ourselves what that looks like. Not pressed, cut checkering. This is a circa, I think, like 1993 or something, 94-22. It's smooth, but it's walnut. It looks good. The barrel is outstanding on the Henry arms. It's thick. It's very accurate. You'll see that. A brass feed tube. That's good. That's high quality. I think the tube itself could be made thicker. Now we're talking, kind of jumping ahead to innovation design, materials quality. Because this can bend on you as you're doing rigorous reloads, which we did, and you'll have to squeeze it back together occasionally. I've seen that problem on Marlins as well. It's not bad. Plastic, you know, barrel band right here. If you want a $300 rifle, you're going to have to find a way to cut costs. Plastic base on the sight right here. I'll talk more about the sights here in a second. You know, but my point is that the execution on this rifle mostly is good. For the price point, it's mostly good. Wood. You know, the lever looks to be milled steel. It probably actually is mimmed, this lever right here. Same with the hammer, mimmed hammer, cost savings. Wood is great. Plastic base plate with the Henry rifle logo. All that's good, but the most important part is what? Well, this, right? Reliability. I mean, if it's not reliable, if you can't shoot it hard all day long, what good is it? Who cares what it looks like? That's what I say. Yeah, I'm positive they could get this gun running, but they're out there, and I think it bases in the design and the quality levels of what I'm talking about. I maintain that. And with a aluminum or pot metal receiver, you're going to mar this up mounted in a scope. That's why I didn't do it. I was like, well, I'm pretty sure we're going to resell this. I don't want to mar it up for the next dude, so we just shot irons for all the test. But you wouldn't do that on a 94-22 or a Marlin 39A because those are steel. Especially if you're using aluminum rings, dude. Here's a catalog, Henry Arms, and they do an awesome selection of these 22 lever actions. Company history here. There's the standard one. This is H001 right here. We're looking at it. Boy, they show some sweet wood on that one. Look at that. Beautiful wood on that one. Then you have the large loop lever. That's also an accessory you can put on any of them, I think. Then you have the very short length of pull youth model, H001 Yankee. Specification, rounds, counts. We'll talk a little bit about that. There's the 17 HMR and 22 versions if you want. Octagonal barrel, the Frontier version, and this may have changed. This is circa 2011. I've been researching them and testing them since then. The Henry Golden Boy, those are cool looking, by the way. I've handled those. They're very Old West feeling. They've got the octagonal barrel. There's different versions you can see. The H004 is the one that carries a lot of shorts, longs. I mean, it has a huge round capacity. We'll talk about that. Got a youth model, 17 and 22 Magnum model. So they're good guns. They're American made. We just got to get it reliable. That's all I'm saying. Philosophy of use. Stuff I said in the 9422, and I'll just fly through this. Plinker. Absolutely. Training rifle, recreational rifle, small game, pest hunter. Remember to use those quiet loads. Oh, yeah. Who needs a suppressor when you're shooting subsonic shorts? Subsonic longs. It's so freaking quiet. Way good. That's all I'll say. It's not a collectible piece, obviously. It's a facsimile of this gun, the 9422, at a much more affordable price point. And let's talk economic realities. I kind of mentioned it already. A lot more people buy this gun than that gun. And that's why that gun's no longer made. Okay? So there's a reason why it's made the way it is. That is to make money to sell. I mean, the 9422 was not making money for the company. That's why it was just too expensive to produce. So that's economic realities. I understand that. We talked about the other stuff, innovation design. What if it was 100% reliable? I'm going to give you two likability scales. If this gun, which I think most are out there, 100% reliable, and I'm talking with shorts, with longs, in cold weather, and snow, which we shot it in, then it's going to have a much higher likability scale, price being considered. No, it's not this gun. It's more of a first kind of cool. I want a lever action gun. I just want to have fun with. I want to be able to go out and abuse it. Maybe I'll put it in a rack in my truck. I'll go ATVing with it. It's going to get beat up, but for $300, who cares? That's a very realistic philosophy of use. You know, you would have pride of ownership to a certain level, but since I've been spoiled with that, you know, a painted pot metal receiver, I don't have pride of ownership with that. Blued barrel, blued magazine tube. I get it. 5 pounds, 9 ounces. Great balance, great feel. And the upside to this gun is it's extremely smooth. I said it in the 9422 review that it's as smooth as that gun. And it really is. You'll have people rave about the smoothness of their Henry 22 lever gun. They get it right. They just got to get that internal portion right. Thank you very much. That would be awesome. Ergonomics. I think the length of pull on the Youth is like 13 inches. You can go in the catalog, check it if you're interested. They talk about how it's a left-hand capable. The ejection pattern on the Henry rifle was not obnoxious. The trigger pulls at 4.8 pounds. That's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. This one pulls at about 3.5 pounds. But, you know, this is plenty good. Everybody who shot the Henry Arms when it was working loved the trigger. They said, yeah, it's really awesome. Firepower is 15 rounds, standard. That is a long rifle in the Henry Arms. 17 longs, 21 short. And the Golden Boy, I think, adds, and I'm talking about that longer barreled version, adds another round to that in long rifle. Again, 22 Magnum and 17 HMR versions are available, and I think that's excellent. Because that is a great small game cartridge, especially the 17 HMR. Shoots like a freaking laser beam. Talked about most of that stuff, I think, the quality levels. How about accuracy? Well, we got the nasty stuff out of the way. We can start raving about the accuracy because it's excellent. And this was with a freaking front sight blade that's as wide as Mississippi. That is a huge miss on this gun, by the way. And that's with the standard lever. I think the Golden Boys have buckhorn sights and a rear sight, which can either be a U or a V. You can invert it on the Golden Boy Henrys. Not with this one. The sights on these are very coarse. I don't like them. In fact, I hate them. I don't know if you can see it, but it's got a really thick front sight blade. Let me Come around this end. There you go. See it? Oh, dude. That's not what we want on a 22. I mean, we're plinking cans. We're plinking steel. And a lot of the practical testing we did on both of these rifles, I forgot to say that in the 94-22 review, was on steel. Imagine that in TNT. Even with those sights, we produced this. This is me shooting 20 yards. I can't remember if it's at the range or at the desert. Those are awesome groups, dude. The thing is really accurate. Look at that. Really accurate. Just the barrel is super high quality. That's what, when you get a gun shooting that well, that means it has a very high quality barrel. CCI Mini Mags, 15 yards, handheld off the bench. This is April 2012. Told you we've been testing a while. Good group. I'll take it. It's iron sights. October 2013, 25 yards. This is an indoor range. I'm just hand holding it, I think, off the bench. You'll see video of it. Wasting that guy in the head. Bam! Decent accuracy. Now, by way of reference, the 94-22 at 25 yards was shooting one hole. That was with a scope, though. But honestly, I think these guns are equally accurate. I mean, me, I don't. An eighth of an inch, whatever. Who cares? Some guys do. I don't. I don't think most guys shoot that accurately. Supremely accurate. Not supremely reliable. Hard jams. In this specimen, sample of one, Henry Arms 22 lever action. How about value? Well, we set it around $300. For a standard version, you go with the Golden Boys. They're going to be more. I think the Golden Boy MSRPs on the 20-inch is like $550. On the 22 mag version, $600. On the 17 HMR, all these are subject to change, about $610. On the Youth 22 Golden Boy, about $550. This gun, I think MSRP is $360. And then it just goes on down for there. Youth is $360. If they're 100% reliable, totally worth it. And like I said, I want to hammer this home. Send it back. You spend the time and the money to do it. I'm sure they'll fix it. So track record, unimpressive. It just is. That's just how I see it, and I'm telling you the truth. Not making it up. I have no agenda other than the truth in the Nutnfancy project. And just because it's sitting on the wings, or in the wings, I'll show you this one. Another standard setter, the Marlin 39A. And the reason I'm bringing this in screen right now is for the following. Nutnfancy, should I buy a Henry or should I wait and buy a more expensive lever? Like, if you can find a Marlin 39A, good luck. They're extremely hard to find. The no longer produced Winchester 94-22, very hard to find. But the answer is you can find them on the secondary market. They're coming up for sale all the time. And as older fellas are passing away, their guns are coming up into auction, estate auctions, and you'll see more of them come. 39s, 94-22s, and also the excellent Browning BLR, which is a great lever action gun. The question, or my answer to you is, which should I buy? Is, well, what do you want out of your lever action guns? First kind of cool or second kind of cool? Well, I want both. Well, if you want both, get this gun or that gun. Or the Browning, says me. Not this one. If you want just first kind of cool, a shooter that you can thump on, you don't want to spend a lot of money on, get the Henry. If it malfunctions, send it back. They'll fix it for you. I know it's a great company. I absolutely know that. You could get the old, no longer produced, also, Ruger 96-22, which I think was ugly. You know, it did not survive in the marketplace for a reason. It did not connect with American shooters. People hated it. Like, that gun's ugly. Yes, it took 10-22 magazines, but no thank you. They didn't have, every gun on this table, by the way, has a walnut stock. Every gun on this table has a blued barrel, and they all have that cowboy western flavor that I love. I love it. I said that in my Red Ryder review in 2009. What do you want? You want some second kind of cool? Then you're going to have to spend some money. That's just the bottom line, dude. But if you want a shooter, get this gun. Go for it. Get whatever flavor. Go get a Golden Boy. Freaking Walmart sells these guns. In fact, we bought this gun at Walmart. This one right here. Bought it at Walmart. Their price was great. Oh, I hate Walmart Nutnfancy. Yeah, I know. I've heard it all. I kind of hate them too nowadays. I wouldn't have done it again. But whatever. It worked in. Price was right. And I was going to do an expedited review, but I got sidetracked. Happens. So I don't, in this review, want to impugn this gun to say it's not recommended. That's really not what I'm saying. I will impugn it as far as to say it is not these guns. There's no way. It does not match the quality levels in the receiver construction, in the internals, the design. No way. And we had problems because of that. Take it or leave it. I don't care. That is the truth, and the truth will set you free. That's how it is. Get it squared away, like we talked about. You'll be happy with it, as long as you're realistic in your expectations of what it is. Great wood, good barrel. This is kind of crappy right here for me. That's a Nutnfancy review. Hope you liked it. Thanks for the support. See ya.